Hey guys, Big Red 3 Tens here again with shit to talk about. Sorry, I'm not in the best of moods, but I have very little homework. Actually, I finished most of it, so I'm see if I can finish this show finally. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for Chikara, a touch of class. Now, the Miss 2003K loves this promotion so much, so I'm not gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10 like he did. I'm sorry, the matches were not that good. The main event, I thought he was spot on. I thought the tag, he was spot on, actually. But the rest, I thought he was kind of a lot off. But purely because of the booking. And I'll agree, booking-wise, this show gets a 9.75 out of 10. I do not have one complaint with any booking decision on the show. Not even the matches that were formed, the time of the matches, none of it. Everything was just so awesome. Booking-wise, this gets like a 9.75 out of 10. So I can understand him giving this show 9.5 out of 10. But people buy the show thinking there's going to be like 5 4-star matches, and they pay $25 for it because the shipping is $5. They're going to be pretty upset. So I'm here to tell the truth. I was going to do a review like he did, but since he already did it, I'm just going to do it the regular way, and then maybe include both. Okay, we start off with an amazing Pinkie Sanchez promo. I'm going to give this 4 7/8 purely because I think it's higher than 4 3/4, but I'm not going to actually put it in there. Seriously, Pinkie Sanchez is amazing. I thought the update he did on Real Wiggly YouTube channel was great. This was wow. This was just like wow. And this match was pretty damn good. It was a bit long, but I still thought it was pretty enjoyable throughout. I'm gonna give it like 3 1/4 stars, 3.5, maybe because of that awesome promo. Also, what I love here is all the BDK guys had their own entrances, and they all had their own ring announcer, which was pretty cool. Like, it also got to the point where the Chikara announcer would try it loud and noxious, I think. He would try to say it very quickly, and then the Swiss guy would just come in very slowly, grab his microphone, and then loud would complain to the crowd. So yeah, this match was pretty good. Hit their little spots. Again, a little too long. I like the story in the match, but I love the booking of the match. I love a lot of things about this match, but again, I thought it was just a little bit too long. But I love Pinkie Sanchez. After that promo, I'm going to love him forever. He is really good in the ring, and Miz is right. His finisher is great. 3 1/4, 3 1/2. Next, we go to Creator Wrestler, Sugar Dunkerton, and Player Uno versus The Unstable. This was funny. We even got a slight pants on the ground reference. Creator Wrestler was going back. He went to the locker room, came back as Ultimo Breakfast, which I believe was his persona in 2008, and then went back and fought, and then went back, and then came back as Dasher Hatfield. He made the match fun. Well, he was kind of the point of the match to begin with, but it was a pretty decent little match here. Nice little tag team match. Not much happened in it. It was kind of short too. Don't really know much to say about it. I'm going to give it 2 3/4 stars, though. I thought it was a lot of fun for what it was. Next, we get to the Osirian Portal versus Daizee, Haze, and Sara. I really like this match. Again, pretty short, but Daizee, Haze, and Sara look very, very impressive as they just pretty much destroyed the Osirian Portal, like he said. I'm not so sure if I'm too happy with that. I understand you want to make Daizee, Sara a legit tag team, but having them pretty much in a semi-squash the Osirian Portal, I really like the Osirian Portal. I mean, once they get more wins, they gain more credit. Not even more wins, maybe like a win. I think they have already reached that level where they're just that credible that they destroy every team, that they can be considered a legit team like everyone else. I think, in hindsight, this won't be that bad. Plus, I see a rematch in the future. This was fun while it lasted. 2 3/4, maybe even 3 stars for the booking. Again, the booking, this match was awesome. And I do agree, Daizee Haze has one of the best German suplexes in the business. Great, fun little match. Next, we get to next we get to the Order of the Neo Solar Temple versus Grizzly, Redwood, Andy Ratlick-Widge, and Pelle Primeau. This is pretty much the Order of the Neo Solar Temple making quick work of these guys. They hit they did what they were supposed to do. They hit their spots. They kind of got over. Then Neo Solar Temple got the win, again, in kind of a short match. But it was a very, very, very fun match to watch. Ultramantis Black is just amazing. I'm just going to say that. He is just amazing. So yeah, I do recommend going on and checking out this match. This was I don't know, it's not a lot. It's like the 5th match of the show. That's nothing. 3 1/4 stars. Very enjoyable match. Really fun to watch. Next we get Hallowicked versus Brodie Lee. I don't know what he was thinking when he gave this 3 3/4, but this match was pretty good. And I saw it before he made that video. This match was pretty good. You know, one of the best Brodie Lee matches I personally have seen in a while. I'm going to give it 3 3.25-ish. Don't remember much about it, to be honest. I saw half the show yesterday, and I don't remember most of what happened, which is kind of weird. But yeah, this was a fun little match. You know, Hallowicked. I didn't like Hallowicked. I find it weird how Brodie versus Hallowicked had almost just as good as a match as Hallowicked and Claudio did, and they had like a quarter of the time that Hallowicked and Claudio did. It just kind of tells you when the chemistry's not there, the chemistry's not there. But this was fun to watch. 3 stars. I really did enjoy it. Next, we get to the third best match tonight. We get another amazing BDK promo by Timmy Donst. And yes, I'm calling him Timmy Donst. And he fights player Donst in what was a very, very good match. A very fun match to watch. 3.5 stars, maybe even 3 3/4-ish. Really fun to watch. They hit those nice spots. Again, the match felt really short for whatever reason. A lot of these matches felt short when most of them probably were not, except the opener. The opener, I will admit, did kind of feel like a 17-minute match. This match was still very fun to watch. Player Donst is great, and I'll agree with him. Tim Donst is pretty underrated. After seeing this match, I like Tim Donst now, and I just thought he was just okay. He's very good in the ring. He is. Player Donst hit some nice suicide dives. Timmy Donst worked over his leg pretty well throughout the whole match. Fun little match to watch. Tim Donst's new attitude and his promo was amazing. So 3.5 stars. Next, we get to the 4-way Quacksaw, Chickenbush, Lince, and Equinox versus the BDK. Okay, I knew who was going to turn. I knew how they were going to turn. But oh my god, I still marked out when so-and-so, don't want to say it, did what he did because you just don't expect it. You truly don't expect it at that precise moment. Even though you know what's going to happen. And I think that just means genius booking. This is just amazing. This match was pretty good. It was more of a storyline match with the BDK just destroying. BDK and the guy just destroying these guys. You guys made a nice comeback. Eddie Kingston came out, as you all know. Helped. He had a nice interaction with Tursas, and they're main eventing the next show, which I actually think is going to be pretty good. Not really match quality-wise, but I think the story going into it will be pretty good. And this was a fun match to watch. It really was. The Eddie Kingston booking worked perfectly. The turn was done so well. That we still got our great high flying spots for those who are still wondering. Claudio has a new look and it works. Aries has a new look too, I think. Actually, no, he didn't. So yeah, this was I'm not gonna lie, this was a pretty fun match. I'm gonna give it 3 3/4. Maybe wrestling wise, it wasn't that, but the booking was really good. Like really good of how they did everything. The turn, the swerve. Everything. Just a really, really, really fun match to watch. 3 3/4 stars. Really, really, really did enjoy it. Next, we get Fire Ant and Soldier Ant versus the F.I.S.T. This main event was great. This was great. Some people are not going to like that this was the main event instead of the BDK match, which was their main angle. Oh, also might say they didn't make Eddie Kingston look like the face that came out in his debut, beat up the heel faction. The heel faction's kind of afraid of him, and then he feuds with the leader for a while. The leader may get a win or two, but Eddie Kingston comes out in the end. They didn't do it like that. The BDK actually came out on top over Kingston, which you guys are going to think wow, that's stupid. You just buried the guy you're supposed to save. I don't think he should save it. But you just buried the guy who's supposed to fight against the main guy to fight against the big faction. Wrong. They did it in such a way where it's believable. Where, it's not going to be like that Claudio's afraid of him. They still continue with the storyline from last year and it works perfectly. And ultimately it's going to lead to, I think, a cage match or a ladder, not really a ladder match, a cage match or some sort of great stipulation between these two towards the end. And I really like it. So yeah, more of Eddie Kingston. I like Eddie Kingston and I like the way they did this angle. Like I said, F.I.S.T. versus the Colony. Great, excellent match. Great main event. Very, very long, which I don't have a problem with it. It is a Campeones de Parejas. I will admit the crowd kind of died a little after the 4-way, after the 8-man. I will agree with him that the crowd lost a lot of interest after that match. But I still really enjoyed the match. It was really fun to watch. They hit their nice spots. They told a pretty decent story. But like I said, the crowd was dead not dead. I don't want to say dead. I'll say they were quiet. They were loud at times, but they were quiet for most of it. But this was still a great main event, and I'm going to give it 4 stars. And once I give it 4 stars, that means there's something worth watching on this DVD. I'm going to say this now. If you want to watch a Chikara show in 2010, you have to get this show. Plain and simple as that. There's no other way to go around it. The booking was just amazing. The booking gets a 9.75 out of 10. Quality-wise, it's like a 7.75 out of 10. But combining both factors, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I enjoy the show that much, and the booking is just amazing. Really, like I said, for wrestling quality, this show isn't that good. I mean, it's pretty good, but like nothing special, nothing amazing that you have to see. But the booking is so... I've told you all this, and you're still going to love it when you see it. That's how Chikara does it. Okay, next, Daniel Bryan looked pretty good, I thought. Very nice encounter with The Miz in the beginning. Made fun of The Miz. Got over, cut a pretty nice promo. And then he, cut off The Miz's entrance during the main event. And the main event was Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho. And what was a great 6-minute match. Really fun to watch. Jericho kind of got Danielson over. I'm not going to lie. He got Danielson over. And not to steal from Trueslayer, but since Honor Hammer and ECW Hardcore already did it, call Triple H, Jericho, because that's how you put someone over. Seriously, watch the show. It was a very good episode. Pick up this DVD, 8.5 out of 10. You'll love it. Just for the booking, even though I've already told you the booking, you're still going to love it. And I didn't ruin everything. There's a lot of surprises I didn't say. I'm out.